Hey everyone, welcome back. NIO starts construction of its battery factory for up to 400,000 EVs per year. We have some fascinating information to go through. So in big news, NIO is reportedly constructing a new factory for production of its electric vehicle batteries in China. Not unlike the ones that Tesla have, the battery plant will supply an estimated annual production capacity of 40 gigawatts, energy enough to power up to 400,000 electric vehicles. Now, the battery development team at NIO has increased to an impressive 1,000 individuals, and they're working on their own LM, FP, and 46 series terminary batteries. Now, the battery plant had originally been slated to start production in 2025. However, with the commencement of construction of the first section of the manufacturing complex located in Heifu, there is now a possibility that mass production could occur before this. NIO's announcement that it could build its own battery factory came 1 week after signing a 5-year strategy partnership agreement with CATL. Now, the move is seen as an attempt to reduce their reliance on the larger supplier of their battery. Just prior to the announcement, CATL has begun implementing reduced rates and fixing purchasing volumes agreements with certain automotive companies. Now, since last year, NIO has heavily increased and invested in battery research. In May 2022, they intended to dedicate approximately 218 million yangs, $31 million. That's to leasing an industrial plant in Shenzhen, and that's for R&D and trial production of their batteries. Now, this was all followed by the formation of their NIO Battery Technology Co. Ltd. that October, with a business scope involving both manufacturing and selling batteries. Now, what's really amazing overall is that NIO is constructing their NIO Park, and this is what NIO Park could look like in the near future. And I think this is a big step for NIO, seriously. Much more information to go through, but more information on the factory that's being developed by NIO. So I got some more information from Clean Technica. NIO builds battery factory, CATL reacts, lithium prices exploded. Now, last week, CATL, the world's largest battery maker, did something totally unexpected. It offered several companies an opportunity to lock in battery supplies at sharply lower prices if they agree to make CATL their supplier for at least 80% of their batteries they buy to power their electric vehicles. Now, the discount offers include a provision that rocketed the industry. CATL agreed to lock in a new price that's based on assumptions that the price of lithium carbonate would be half what it is today in the foreseeable future. Well, that will be incredible if that does turn out to happen. Because so far, everything is pointed to the price of lithium going up, not down. And even if the price of lithium does go down, that doesn't mean that the lithium mining companies, they'll do bad. No, it's also about demand. The price might go down, but the demand might continue to rise, which would be quite interesting because this is not something that we're used to seeing. Now, the price of lithium carbonate, one of the essential ingredients in lithium-ion battery, skyrocketed as much as $86,000 a ton last year, causing the cost of battery for electric vehicles to climb by as much as 24%. And that was last year. And that's after 9 years of steady decline in prices. Well, that's interesting. So spot prices were $70,000 a ton recently, according to Barron's. But the deal CATL has offered to NIO and Zerker is based on an expected price for lithium carbonate of $30,000 a ton by the end of this year. That would be extraordinary, to say the least. And I look forward to seeing that. Now, CATL responds to NIO, on the other hand. This is certainly part of it, but Barron suggests it was NIO's decision to build its own 40 gigawatts battery factory in China that forced CATL's hand. It says the car company owned their own battery manufacturing facility that can meet less business down the road for battery companies like CATL, and potentially loss of business may have been what spurred CATL to act. And I think that's quite obvious. A lot of big manufacturers, and NIO is becoming a big manufacturer. A lot of them are looking to manufacture these batteries themselves, source the material themselves, such as Tesla. They've seen how crazy the prices are. A lot of companies want to reduce that cost, and they will do anything to reduce, include finding ways to reduce the cost of lithium. So those are some very interesting development in the NIO news. Now the stock market is closed, of course, but we can still have a quick look at the NIO share at the moment. It's completely undervalued. It's 16 billion in market cap. Wow. That's actually a good price to get the share right now. By the way, this is not financial advice. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, look at the share price since Monday. It's kind of falling off a cliff. And for the last month, as you can see, share price for NIO has been going down. And to be honest, that's my win, because if NIO is cheap, that's a win for me. In fact, I believe that's always a win for me if the NIO shares are cheap, which they are at the moment. I believe NIO delivered over 130,000 vehicles last year. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing based on my research. But they're possibly going for 150,000, 160, 70,000, maybe even 200,000, which would be wild, but yeah, we can keep it in sight. Nevertheless, in the next 2 to 3 years, NIO will be delivering at least over 250,000 vehicles, getting to 500,000 vehicles. And they're rising. They're rapidly growing in Europe as well. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more. Leave a like, leave a comment. And of course, I'll see you in our next video. Peace.